27 is Facet. 23 is Mansky. No, it's Morale. 27 is Facet.
Okay, perfect.
from the Northford Ice Pavilion in Northford, Connecticut. LI Sports Network is proud to present another edition of New Haven Chargers hockey. The Chargers are looking to exact some revenge tonight against a team that's won 2 straight and sit above them in the conference standings in the Fordham Rams. For John Malazio on production and camera, Patrick Rudberg here on play-by-play commentary. Welcome you into our broadcast tonight. Late puck drop here at the NIP, 9:40 local time in Northford. Referee at center ice now, ready to get things going on this Friday night. We'll tell you more about these two teams as this game goes on, but we are starting right away here. Puck drop, and we're underway now with Fordham controlling possession in the neutral zone. Played in deep by the Chargers. Chargers going from left to right on your screen, wearing the white with blue and yellow trim. Fordham in the all maroons with the white trims. We have a 2-on-1 developing. Here's Patelli, has Culp on his left. Patelli centers, save. Rams with the first early chance of the game. Still behind the net. First timer. Spilled out to the slot. Stays alive. Patelli there with the poke check. As Fassett handles for New Haven. Now it's Minipoli. Minipoli thrown on net. And an early save for number 1 in goal, Daniel Gertz. .40 seconds gone here in the first. Chargers win the face-off draw. And played in deep. Low, feeds it to Kiskett. Helps it along to Haslam. Now banked off there by number 9, Bobby Rotundo. And sent back in. Behind Gertz's net. Low. Couldn't get a handle on the puck. Now played all the way out to the Chargers' end. Here on the stick of CJ Taddeo. Back down towards Gertz's net. Haslam's there to collect. Haslam dekes past one. Past Spryer. Now pass another into the neutral zone. Lugging it in. Haslam shot wide. Rotundo plays it off for Messina. Taken away. Taddeo can't get it clear. Deflected on net. Ooh, that was a tough one. Almost made its way on net. Messina deking into the slot. And referee's arm is up. We're going to get a penalty early on here. We'll see who it's against. Going to be a penalty against UNH number 2, Brady Tomasi. So it'll be a power play for the Rams with 17:52 to go in the first period. They'll send out Anthony Culp to take the draw. And kept in the zone by Rotundo. Try to set up shop here. Culp, low for Haslam. Culp. Too far for Haslam. Now behind the net. Patelli gives it a poke. Culp steps in deep now. Here with Haslam behind the goal line. Has Patelli who wants it and gets it. Shot wide. Culp keeps it in the zone. Already 40 seconds gone on the power play. Haslam at the half wall. Looking for options. Has Peter Kiskett. Kiskett throws one on net. Takes a deflection. Now stuck behind the goal. Thrown back on net by Haslam. That one's wide. Patelli still keeping it in the zone for the Rams. Cross ice. Deflected off a skate and hit the pads of the tender. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Almost the entirety of this one-man advantage, has been in the Fordham zone. Shot. That one deflected into the netting there by Patelli. Face-off won by the Rams. Second unit on now. Low. Pierce. Now for Kohler. Shot. Deflection. Might have hit the shaft of a stick there. Almost hit the post. Low. Trying to cut through Broadway. And good poke check there from Trent Macri, who sent it out of the zone and will likely be the end of that power play for Fordham. With only 7 seconds on the clock now. Tomasi waiting to come out of the box. Fordham one last rush. Centered. Whiffed on the shot and smothered. In along the half wall. Flipped up out in the neutral now. Bit of a 2-on-1 developing and almost crunched into the boards there was Pilato, who stayed alive and avoided the hit. Now into the zone go the Rams. That's Keachy there, who made his way right in between the face-off dots. And back go the Chargers. It's on Price's stick. Now still with UNH behind Gertz's net. Pressured by a couple maroon jerseys there. Bryce Vitalian trying to give it one more chop as Keachy plays it out. .14:52 to play in the first period. Still scoreless here at the Northford Ice Pavilion. Concepcion racing through the neutral zone, backhanded in deep. Kohler will chase. Taddeo with the stick. Helps along over to Madera. Tomasi now. Almost given away to Patelli, but it's the Chargers who come out now into the neutral zone. Hand off to Sprayer. Taddeo dumped back in deep and bounced off the glass. Gertz froze it for a second. Now hands it off to Seropoulos. Giveaway. Sprayer, shot blocked by Seropoulos. Took a big piece of that shot. Christian Seropoulos did, number 7 in maroon, as Patelli will have a whistle behind the play. So 2 penalties on that altercation there to the right of your screen. That was off screen there. We'll have a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. A little more room for each team to skate around here as Fassett maneuvers past one into the offensive end. Played back up. Kept alive now with Taddeo. Taddeo thrown on net. Catch and a save for Gertz. Four on four right now. 1:40 to go on the simultaneous penalties. As Kiskett trying to break out here. Flips it over for Messina. Thrown back in by Rotundo. Bounces off towards Messina. Deeks past one. Escaping along the half wall. And caught and saved by number 30 in goal. Logan Toussaint. So it's Toussaint in goal for the Chargers. They 4.56 goals against average and 8.44 save on the season. The aforementioned Daniel Gertz in goal for the Rams. Kiskett, shot blocked. Swinging there, trying to clear it was Minipoli. Eventually the Chargers do now regain possession behind Toussaint's net, but not without some forecheck, and a wild bounce there. Spits it under the slot. Shot blocked. Big block coming from Maxwell Gorman. Now 2-on-1. Minipoli walking in. Minipoli save. Still with it. Shot. Save again. Gertz. Backhand. Still in the crease. And finally smothered by Daniel Gertz. But what an opportunity there for the Chargers. 2-on-1. Couldn't convert it into a goal. It was Fassett there who was with Minipoli on the rush. Played out to the blue line, kept back in by number 21, Griffin Mansky. Now retreating, playing over to O'Shea. Shot, still in deep. And another whistle. Net was dislodged. Number 5, Sevi Concepcion, player on the ice there, who might have forced the net to come dislodged. And cleared out by the Rams. Still 20 seconds to go on the 4-on-4s. And another whistle icing all the way down. We'll do it over again to the right of Gertz's net. Fordham enters tonight at 7-2 on 20 points in the ECHC. New Haven at 5-6-1. They sit in 4th place in 16 points. Talk more about these two teams as we go along tonight. And as of now, 10 seconds left on the penalties. Another icing down behind Toussaint's net. You mentioned this is a chance for some revenge for the Chargers, who lost earlier this season in a thrilling 8-7 game. An overtime win for the Rams in that one. That saw Fordham go down 4-1 after the first period and storm back to take that one. That was actually their season opener, the Rams. UNH had played again before that. But these two teams now find each other again almost 2 months later. Here along the half wall, centered. Almost found Rosa. And Anthony Rosa is a name we'll be talking about as this game goes on. Leads the Empire in points this season. Has a giveaway here right in the slot. Walking in there was Kichi. Shot by Vitali. Blocker save. Sent in by Rosa. Shot. Madera. Played back. Way out into the neutral zone. And sent back in. Easy save for Gertz. Seropoulos, nice breakout. Bryce Vitali, shot wide. Toussaint maybe got a touch on that one. As we near 10 minutes to go in the first period. A quick 10 minutes. Not a lot of stoppages so far. Kiskett catches and keeps it in. Taddeo plays it along the boards for Tomasi, who served the first penalty tonight. Seropoulos scores! Deflected shot from the point. Christian Seropoulos, we'll see who they give it to. But just as I say, a quick early start to the game. Fordham strikes first. It's 1-0. So Seropoulos celebrated as if it didn't take a deflection, or at least take a deflection off a Fordham stick. It definitely hit something on the way in. But for Seropoulos, his second goal of the season, if they credit it to number 7. 2 goals now and 3 assists on the season for the sophomore from Mamaroneck. As the Rams win a defensive zone draw. Tomasi backhanded back in, only as far as Chater there along the Fordham bench. Fassett almost taken down and forced to retreat. Heavy forecheck here from the Rams. And Fassett's going to dump it all the way down. No icing. Haslam will try to break out. Giveaway. Minipoli got a stick on it. Out to Tomasi. Plays it in deep. Haslam's there. Banks it off the boards. Into the path of Bergner's, excuse me, who sends it behind Toussaint's net. As Chater will battle against 3 Chargers and eventually is outmatched. Flip up into the neutral. Caught between the skates of Fassett, who couldn't handle the flip pass. Though a quick giveaway here. Hand off to Fassett. Deking around a couple. And Patelli will flip it in himself towards Culp. Culp to the corner. Battling with Trent Macri. Comes out to Price. Price gliding through the neutral zone. Hands off for Pilato. Pilato slicing through a couple. Now hands off to the point. Thrown on net high above Gertz's net. Now it's Kiskett into the path of number 25. Kiskett offsides. We'll have a neutral zone draw with 8:31 to go in the first period. Fordham goal, we'll call it, for Christian Seropoulos. Breaks the deadlock early for the Rams, who want to continue their hot streak. They've won 2 in a row so far as of late. Wins against Stony Brook and St. Thomas Aquinas. Their latest win, 2-0 back on the 2nd. As Macri forces a turnover. Almost played out of play into the netting, but still on the ice. All the way down, no icing. Gorman trying to make his way out. Deflected off a Charger. Here's Price with some speed. Now Pilato. Lost underneath the body of Sebastian Politano. As the puck takes a deflection, and Gertz will take no chances and frees that puck. As we take a look at the Empire standings, not all teams have played the same amount of games. In fact, some have only played 2 or 3 games. New Haven 5-6-1 after 12 games. Fordham is 7-2 after 9 games. So have 3 games in hand on the Chargers entering tonight and a 4-point advantage. As breakout here, another 2-on-1 for New Haven. Cross ice, Spryer too far ahead of him. O'Shea falls to him. Given away. And now Kichi lays it off. Vitale was on his stick and pushed it wide. Bryce Vitale almost back with it. Set up for the one-timer in the slot. Still with the Rams. Shot. Spilled out to the corner. Now behind the net. Rosa flips it clear. Sprier's on the chase, but It was number 7, Seropoulos, the goal scorer, to get there first. He'll make his way into the offensive zone. It gives it away back to UNH. Rosa, saucer pass, looking for Madera centers, looking for Sprayer. And no one there near the face-off dot. 6:10 to go in the first period. Rosa, breakout. Rosa with some room. Shot, scores! Anthony Rosa ties it up for the Chargers, and it's 1-1 with 6:05 to play. So after a handful of chances for the Chargers down in the offensive zone, a couple odd man rushes and some pucks thrown on net that gave Gertz some trouble. Finally able to break through and here and make it 1-1 towards the end of the first. Patelli plays out to Haslam, who shot zips wide. Macri for Price on sides. Macri. 2-on-1 the other way. Patelli sauced for Culp. Culp back on his forehand, still loose, and maybe an early whistle. Saw that puck move a little bit with Toussaint. Bit of a skirmish behind the net now. Looks like we'll have a penalty in the aftermath of that scuffle. It'll be a UNH power play, their first of the night. Fordham wins the first draw, sends it all the way back down. Now on the stick of Rosa. Finds Minipoli. Shot went wide. He took a deflection. Sprayer digs in deep. Banks it off the boards. Rosa collides with Haslam, who wins out and sends it back down towards Toussaint. Rams get a change. Politano on. With 1:16 to go on the power play and 5 minutes to play here in the first period. 1-1 between UNH and Fordham. Patelli will hand off to Politano. Try to hold on to the puck as long as they can. Bleed some clock on the penalty kill. Nice deke around. Patelli taken out by a Charger. And now back with UNH. White jerseys flying forward. It's Sprayer. Sprayer's shot. Hit off a skate. Behind the net. Centered shot. Deflected loose. And batted out by Culp. .20 seconds on the power play. Rotundo, shorthand opportunity. Takes a body from Tomasi, who ends that chance. And it might be the end of the power play here for UNH. Maybe one last rush with 8 seconds to go on the clock. It's Fassett. Fassett around the outside on his backhand. Lost the puck momentarily. Now with Minipoli. Minipoli centers behind Sprayer. Power play is over. Both teams now 0 for 1 on the night on the power play. Fassett again on his backhand, cutting forehand, save Gertz. Stayed strong in front. Fassett there still on the chase. Concepcion battling in the far corner. Messina trying to shield off Brady, able to help it along to Saragian, who sent it to the opposite corner. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Sarajian in the zone, outnumbered. Tried to play it around Taddeo. Now maneuvers a shot on net. That was Vitale there who registered the shot. Price dekes past a couple, but lost the puck. Forced to go back and gives it away. Pilato, who came right onto the ice and stole it away. Gets it around Seropoulos, now behind the net. Stops. Seropoulos goes to ground, wrap around. Still loose behind the net. Delayed penalty. Politano seemed to have drawn the penalty there. Spryer will keep it away from Kichi and maybe enjoy this 6-on-5 momentarily. Spryer towards the corner and eventually hit by a Fordham stick. And UNH will go right back on the power play. So 2 minutes on the clock. This will take up the remainder of the first period. Won by the Rams and cleared out by Haslam. UNH enters tonight on the power play at 33%. Fordham at a 74% penalty kill mark. And we'll have another upcoming penalty delayed here. And Patelli will refuse to tap the puck, and now he does. Clock stop at 1:34. So a 5-on-3. Big opportunity here for the Chargers, who would want to take an advantage as we head towards the end of the first period. Chargers on the 5-on-3. Shot, save, blocked away by Gertz. Kiskett there, but gloved and kept into the zone. Shot, save up front. Again, Daniel Gertz up to the task. Tie up, shot. Spryer shot wide. Rosa. Patient. Rosa. Thrown on net. And save again by Gertz. Minipoli will take the draw against Kohler. And Minipoli wins it. Mansky tried to feed Rosa, who whiffed on the slap shot. Here he is again with under a minute to play in the first. Can the Chargers find their second goal and take the lead as we head towards the first intermission? Cleared out by Kohler. Big clearance there. Now only 40 seconds in the first. Madeira lugs it in. Back out. Cross ice. Caught between his skates there. Madeira. Spryer. 20 on the clock. Laid off for Rosa. Tried to feed Spryer behind him, but miscommunication. Didn't know where he was. Forced back out into the neutral zone. Maybe one last rush. Rosa. Gotta hurry. Rosa's in. Center shot. Scores! The Chargers beat the buzzer at the end of the first. And take a 2-1 lead courtesy of Michael Madera. And a beautiful feed from who else but Anthony Rosa. So we'll have a 5-on-4 for about half a minute to start the second period. But after one, it is New Haven 2, Fordham 1. First goal by Seropolis for the Rams, but it's 2 goals for UNH, who see themselves up after the first 20 minutes. Rosa and Madera on the goals, and that is the difference after the first period. We'll be back in a little bit for the second period of action. You are watching LI Sports Network. Price loses the face-off. Now banked into the corner and into the neutral zone. Taddeo's there to send it right back in. Macri will set the forecheck. Bounced off low skate. Near side half wall. Behind for Pilato. Behind the net. Now chopped at behind Gertz's net. Might have laid there for a second in the netting. Cross ice. Kohler. Around the outside. Pass to Masi. Kohler circling. Cross ice. Seropoulos. Backhand couldn't find anyone. It's Lowe now who's intercepted. Helped on for Price. Outnumbered. Macri will go to the bench for a change. And banked off the glass. Into the path of Messina. Who gets there first? It's number 8 in maroon for now. Along the half wall handling. Gives it off for Seropoulos. Went off a body. That was Taddeo there who caught part of the puck. Now behind the net. Intercepted and cleared out by the Chargers. 12 minutes to go in the second period here. 3-1 UNH. An early goal at the start of this period makes it a 2-goal lead for the home team. This puck's frozen by Toussaint. So with 11:49 to go, 3-1 lead for the Chargers. Had some technical difficulties, folks, but we are back. We never left, but now you can hear my beautiful voice as we give you some commentary and live look at this game between New Haven and Fordham. 3-1 is your score, as I said. Early goal in the second period made it 3 for the Chargers. We're down 1-0 to start this game. And now see themselves up 2. But as I mentioned earlier, this is a familiar spot for the Rams, who the last time these two teams met were down 4-1 after the first period of their season. Went on to win 8-7. And we'll get a whistle here. Delayed penalty. Referee in the far corner with his hand up. And there we get the whistle. Bit of a late hit there on Toussaint. That one likely to go against number 9, Bobby Rotundo. So with 11 minutes flat left in the second period, referees will have a chat with the captains. And while they talk, we'll look at the upcoming games for both of these two teams. Tomorrow, UNH will play host to Hofstra, while Fordham will go back down to New York and will play Kutztown at home. So after some discussions, it doesn't look like anybody's heading to the box. Maybe just a strong talking to from the referees to both benches. And have none of that. Going up against the goalies, do not want to even think about making any contact, because that will not only be a penalty, but will almost surely, in any hockey game, spark a fight between both two teams. Although now it does look like New Haven is going to be on the penalty kill here, which is not what we expected, but Fordham will go back on the power play. They were on the one-man advantage earlier this period. Couldn't get a goal back. Cross ice to Culp, shot, scores! A ripper over the shoulder of Toussaint, and it's Culp who makes it 2-3. A quick power play goal for number 68, Anthony Culp. His 9th of the season. Draws the Rams within 1 with plenty of time to go this period. Sent in deep by Kohler. Taddeo's there. Kohler again. Patelli around traffic. Off for Haslam. Now Patelli along the half wall. Back to 5-on-5 here. Kotsky's shot. Now another whistle. Are we going to have another penalty? Looks like we might. Yes, it's going to be Culp, the goal scorer. Going to go to the bench, go to the box, and serve 2 minutes. So UNH on the power play now. Bounced over Tomasi's stick. Patelli battling with them. Trying to earn a shorthanded opportunity here, and here he is. Patelli on his backhand lays it off. Shot up close, saved. Kohler was there in the blue area. Forward for Madera. Scored the second goal for the Chargers. Gave them their first lead. Rosa for Tomasi. Stick save, bounce high into the net and out of play. Won by the Chargers. They'll hope to set up here with Rosa and company. Blocked by Rotundo, and Vitali almost in there. They'll get to this loose puck first in the far corner. Just pin it along the boards. Poked out quickly by Minipoli. 3-on-3 developing. Madera centers. Back behind with Minipoli. Rosa. Tomasi. Shot. Save. Took a deflection on the way in. As Rosa helps it for Tomasi again. Gives it another go, and that's a easy save for Gertz, who's met by a couple bodies right up front. .39 seconds on the power play. Shot, one-timer, save. Nice glove save from Gertz. Rosa with the shot. Won by Fordham and cleared out. 26 seconds on the power play. See if the Chargers can come up with one last opportunity, one last rush. Bassett moves it for Mansky. Mansky down the outside slot. Rosa walking in. Shot blocked. Taken down by Brady. Fordham player lost a 6. Shot scores! Deflected off a Fordham player, but they'll take him any way they can. It's another power play goal for the Rams, for the Chargers, excuse me, to make it 4-2, middle of the second period. The Chargers take advantage of the penalties committed by Fordham. And again, extend their lead. It was 3-1, then 3-2, and now 4-2 with 8:10 to play. Pilato immediately off the draw for Madera. And helped out by Haslam. Mansky combines past the red line. Now into the zone with Minipoli, trying to avoid the referee. Take it further into the corner, but cannot. Only as far as Rosa. Still another power play on the board, referees say. So 1:17 to go on this penalty now. Now serving it is Tommy Messina. The original one was on Anthony Culp, who is now out of the box. As we sort through these penalties in the second period. 1 minute to go on this power play for the Chargers, trying to make it 5-2 here on the one man up. Pilato digging through a couple. Gertz trying to find it between his pads and does. .48 seconds. Chargers win the draw. Centered. Deflected in front. Patelli's there to claim it. Deflected out. Behind Toussaint's net now with 35. O'Shea will rally the troops for one more rush. Brady. First one there. Brady. Around the outside. Gets a shot off. Gertz handles. Concepcion pinning it along the boards behind the goal line. 12 seconds now. Deflected. Behind the net, Politano. Bodied by Fasser. As Fassett and Brady win it back, it's 5-on-5 hockey again. Cycled in behind for Brady. Now back the other way for the Rams. Vitale. Cross ice for Patelli, who couldn't get it out of his shirt. Politano tried to keep it in and did. Now on the ground. Falls to Facette. Evan Facette. Looking for Price. They're still battling behind the net there with Vitale. Vitale helps it on for Patelli. Intercepted by O'Shea. O'Shea pinching in. Shot, deflected wide. Gorman back in deep. Concepcion poked forward, trying to find Patelli. Eventually does. Right along the blue line, Patelli dangling. Moves it for Politano. Send it around the boards. 4:52 to go in the second period. UNH up 4-2. Tomasi through the traffic. Pierce almost pickpocketed by Tomasi. He was backtracking. Around the boards towards the near corner. Pierce there first. Bodies collide. Kichi going in there. And flipped up and off the ceiling. We'll have a whistle with 4:27 to go. Tomasi. Trying to clear, only as far as Haslam, who sends it right back in deep. Taddeo. Off the boards for Rosa. Rosa's there, looks up, centers. Not on target for Madera. Intercepted. Gorman, shot, save, rebound, smothered. Interception timely from Maxwell Gorman, who found himself in a bit of space to the left of Gertz's net. Had to go. He even had a rebound. One by Messina. Flipped up by Kiskett. As Keachie and Messina combine in the neutral zone. Let's move it in for Fordham. Haslam on net. Easy glove for Toussaint. Shot, took a deflection. That one off Pilato, who's out in front. Behind with Patelli centered. Falls to Kiskett. Pad save. Tomasi. Backhanded off the glass. Kept in by Haslam. Kohler now. Patelli, shot. High off the glass. Kohler set him up nice there. Right at the dot. Patelli. Blue line with Kiskett. Sauced over to Culp. Haslam pinching and shot. Scores! That one might have taken a deflection. Hits the top corner. And it looks like it's going to go to Haslam there. No deflection off a Fordham player, but it's 3-4 now with 3:01 to play. Fordham continuing to keep this a game. Down 2 goals a couple times now and able to battle back and make it 3-2 and now 4-3. And under 3 minutes to go in the second period. Already 7 goals between the two teams. And we saw 15 the last time these two teams played, 8-7. So who's to say we won't see more goals in the last 2 minutes of this period, and then obviously the final one in a little bit. Concepcion swerving past a couple white jerseys as Kohler swings it around the boards, finding Patelli on the opposite half wall. Back cross ice, no one home. Concepcion handles, throws it on net. Toussaint tosses it over to Mansky. Fassett. Patelli went off the boards and right back into his path. Couldn't collect it. Politano's there to keep it in for the Rams for the moment, before the Chargers now break out here. Shot. Save behind the net. Banked off by Concepcion. It's low. Breakout pass for Rotundo. Way to settle it there. Rotundo backhand. Save. Might get a penalty here against the Chargers as the net came dislodged. This one's going to go against Evan Fassett. So we'll take up the remainder of the second period. Rams will go back on the power play. And they'll set up here with Patelli. Patelli walking in. Cross ice. Culp couldn't get it off his stick. Culp has already got a goal tonight. Patelli, shot. Again, back with him. Wide. Sarajian tried to handle it, and that one zipped into the Fordham bench. out of play with 1:09 to go in the second period. Taddeo swung around the boards. Patelli couldn't keep it in. He and Haslam will regroup here. So we're under 1 minute to go in the second period. 4-3 UNH trying to hang on to this lead here in the final seconds of period number 2. Patelli low for Culp. Culp centers. Sarajian tried to stuff it in. Tomasi, pride free. Culp back up to Patelli. Slapper took a deflection and off the pad of Toussaint. It's Tomasi again who's trying to just pin it along the boards in the corner there. And now just laying on the puck, and now things are getting physical there in that scrum. Whistles blow. We will let the referee sort this one out. Tomasi opted to try to smother the puck after he fell to the ground. He's trying to bleed out the clock. So penalty to each side. It'll be some 4-on-3 hockey. Excuse me, 5-on-3 hockey. For 42 seconds, 21 seconds left in the second period. And now finally a fourth skater on, so it will be regular old 5-on-4. Quick whistle. "15 seconds to go, some stoppage here towards the end of period number 2. Right on the outside of the Fordham offensive zone. Patelli. One last chance for the end of the period. Smothered by Toussaint with 3.5. Really only time for a quick face-off win and a one-timer. Ticking down, and that's the buzzer. As the buzzer sounds, UNH will go into the locker room up 4-3, still with 21 seconds left to kill of a penalty. Serving that one is Evan Fassett. It was UNH who went up 3-1, then saw their lead cut in half 3-2. Went back up 4-2 and now 4-3 after that last goal from Callum Haslam. So that's where things stand after 2 periods. We'll be back for the final 20 minutes of action here at the Northford Ice Pavilion. You are watching LI Sports Network. Welcome back to the Northford Ice Pavilion, ready for the third period here between University of New Haven and Fordham. Still 21 seconds left to kill off for the Chargers, who have a narrow 4-3 advantage going into the final 20 minutes. Fordham looking to claw back here. Took the lead early, 1-0. I want to mention that Coach Peter Ginessi is actually not behind the bench today. It's Dave Smith for Fordham, who is coaching the away squad tonight. I've been told that he is 7-1 overall in his career as an interim head coach. So a pretty good record for Coach Smith there. Hoping to make it 8-1 after this period, but still lots of work to do as the power play is killed off. Patelli dekes around O'Shea. And here he is in the far corner. Kiskett thrown on net wide. Centered by Haslam. And a quick whistle. Toussaint froze it for a second. Now we'll have a face-off to the right of Toussaint's net. Rams win it. Culp into the roof. Mentioned earlier that Fordham in second place, UNH in fourth in the conference. Fordham, a win here, comeback win, would extend their lead to 7 points above UNH as there's a big save on the near side by Toussaint. Kohler with the shot, trying to beat him near post. Patelli deking around a couple. Now with Kohler, finds Patelli. Patelli with a rip. Almost looked like it went in there and almost beat Toussaint near post, but went wide. Still with 88. Spills out into the neutral zone. Haslam backhands into the path of Patelli, the captain. He's been on the puck a lot the last minute. Tried to deke around a Charger, but good stick there. Helped on for Spryer on the near side. Spryer, slap shot, save. Spills out to Madera, who whiffs. Taddeo back on net wide. Now again on the near half wall with Spryer. And Rosa couldn't help it in further deep. So Kiskett will lead the charge for the Rams. Kiskett centers. Had Lowe streaking in. Flipped high over Gertz's net there by Madera. Seropoulos, who got things going in the first period with his goal. Lowe keeps it in. Cena centered for Seropoulos, who couldn't get a shot off. Throws it back on net. Still loose. Now Minipoli will move it. Shot off the post from a tight angle there. That one coming from Fassett. He gets his stick on that and wins it right back. On the wing. Blocker save. Minipoli pressuring. He's there with Price. Minipoli couldn't find a centering pass. Now on the stick of Brady Price. Centers for Fassett. Fassett again. Still loose. Not frozen. Puck spills out there. Wow. Never frozen by Gertz. And now eventually referee will call it back as the net came dislodged amongst the scrum. A dangerous sequence there. Puck was loose among all those bodies on the ice. Nobody could stuff it in for the Chargers to make it 5-3. So a bit over 3 minutes played here in the third period. Can the Chargers fend off another Rams comeback and go within 1 point of their New York foes? Or will it be the same story as last time? Maybe even some extra hockey. We will find out now behind the net with Messina. Seropoulos. Pad save. Backhanded on net by Rotundo. Fassett. Centered. Blockered away. Morell's there. And a whistle. Vitale wins the draw. And Bryce Vitale, who is a graduate senior from North Haven, Connecticut, so a bit of a homecoming for number 4. Played at Notre Dame West Haven in high school. Surely played a number of games here at the NIP. Lots of the teams in this area call this rink their home. Puck bounces off the stick of Politano there. They threw it to the neutral, but intercepted by Rosa. Rosa, beautiful deke shot, backhand, goes flying, and so does the net. We'll have a whistle, but Anthony Rosa tried to go fully around a defenseman and then went airborne. Was taken down. And again, net on that right side dislodged. Rams win the faceoff. Politano tried to move it ahead, but was intercepted. Rosa centers. Madeira couldn't work off a shot. Kichi lost it. Rosa now over with O'Shea. Ryan O'Shea off the stick of Spryer. Madeira, Rosa, and Spryer establishing the forecheck for the Chargers. Rosa ducks around a hit. Now on the ground. Puck along the near half wall. Spryer keeps it in. Vitale chasing. And almost took it away there from Mansky. Now it is with Vitale around 1. As a man central. Sarajian there waiting out in front. Vitale falls out to Kiskett, shot wide. Haslam keeps it alive. Now pinching in along the half wall. Mansky meets him. Thrown on by Culp. Haslam. Vitale centers. Bouncing puck. Banked out by Spryer. It'll be an icing with 13:43 in the third period. Tomorrow, Fordham goes back home and will host Kutztown tomorrow night. UNH will stay here at the Northford Ice Pavilion and will play host to Hofstra. Both teams in action tomorrow. As Madeira slices through 3 players, Gertz decided to freeze it. Price and Patelli. And it's Patelli who wins it for the Rams. Kohler lost it. Sent back in by Price. Kohler only as far as Tomasi. Patelli blocked it, but couldn't find it. Now it's back with UNH. Price offsides. back here with the Chargers. Macri gives it a whack. Falls to Tomasi. And kept back in by Tomasi. 2-on-1. Messina shot, scores! Tommy Messina ties it up at 4. We are level at the Northford Ice Pavilion. Tommy Messina takes advantage of the 2-on-1. As the referees look to the Fordham bench, it is 4-4 as things stand. Now played in deep. UNH looking for a response. Are we going to see some overtime hockey here? Under 8 to play. Still plenty of time to go. Room for not just one, but multiple goals down the final stretch. Seropoulos hit off his own player. That went off Messina's leg. Center. Stick by Toussaint. Behind Sarajian. And cleared away by Macri, who evaded a hit down the near boards. And now will apply the forecheck as Haslam races away. Trying to give Fordham their lead. Shot, glove save. .7:09 on the clock. UNH was up 4-2 at one point late in the second period. 2 straight goals from the Rams. Finds us even here. Kiskett. Shot goes wide. Gorman's clearance way up in the air and will go down for an icing. Messina, his 5th goal on the season, 7 points total, the sophomore from Northfield, Illinois. So far has the game-tying goal. Last time it was tied, it was 1-1 back in the first period. Now with Fassett, high, Morrell, centered. Brady, Minipoli, dumps it off for Brady. Low shot, might have hit the outside post. Now Kichi will move it to the neutral zone towards Gorman. He'll flip it opposite way and will actually hit off the near netting for a face-off. Behind the net. Center looking for Culp. It's Fassett who gets there first. And pressured by Patelli, forced to bank it off the glass. Into the neutral zone. Fassett continues his progress and then takes a spill. Patelli taken off course. And now with Kohler. Cross ice intercepted. Minipoli cutting in, lays off for Brady. Brady with a shot, loose. And Patelli gets there first, 3-on-2 developing. Tried to deke around Gorman, who stayed strong and will now clear all the way down again for an icing. 5:37 to go in the third period. It was Fordham who got things going in the first period. Christian Seropoulos with a goal from the left point. And after that, UNH scored 3 straight to go up 2 goals. Fordham made it 3-2. And UNH made it 4 before 2 most recent goals from Fordham. And that is where we stand. Face-off won by the Rams, but their first is Madera. Madera leading the charge with Spryer and Rosa. This line for UNH. Rosa went for the poke check. Concepcion there. Pinned along the near wall. Spryer tried to send it deeper and did for the moment. As Lowe now finds O'Shea. Hit off a body. Politano will start the rush. Politano around the outside. Mansky's there. Helped by Rosa. Here comes Rosa with some speed. Rosa, backhand, big save, Gertz! Daniel Gertz denies. Rosa with the backhand and keeps things level. And you see the speed at which Anthony Rosa plays the game. It's a different level. Went from coast to coast from his own net. And then a quick give and go. Could have been goal number 5 for the Chargers. This one falls to Spryer. Shot high, off the glass. Rosa's there to handle. Plays back for Mansky. Mansky on net, deflected. Behind the net with Seropoulos. Touched by Sarajian. Now the Chargers will reset and go again. Rosa dekes around one, draws a penalty. And there's the whistle. So the Chargers will be on a 2-minute power play with 3:55 to go. This will take up a good chunk of the remaining time on the clock. So it's Christian Seropoulos in the box for the Rams. And a quick timeout called. And this UNH team, who started off the season winless through their first 5 games, got a win against Stony Brook, a couple more losses, but after that, the last couple weekends, it was a weekend of 3 wins. 2 weekends ago, the 24th, 25th, and 26th. Saw 3 wins against Hofstra, Stony Brook, and Ramapo. Then last weekend, a win against Stevens. And the Chargers are in excellent form and looking to continue that streak and make up some ground on their New York rivals who made the trip to New Haven County as they battle it out here at the Northford Ice Pavilion. Power play starts now at the blue line. Whistle. Puck went back into the neutral zone. They'll have to reset. So face off right outside the offensive zone. Cleared back away by Haslam. Rosa lays it off. Mansky now into the zone. And another offsides. Won by the Chargers. Still only 35 seconds gone on the power play. A couple whistles to start. They still haven't gotten a chance to really get set up in their offensive end. Now Patelli will sauce it all the way back down and clear some more time for Fordham. In with Rosa. Down the wing, shot, and a save from Gertz. Stops the clock with 2:52 on the game clock and 57 on the power play. So 57 more seconds to serve for Christian Soropoulos before he comes back out and makes it even strength. Tie up in the corner. Spills out to Tomasi. Tomasi. Low for Brady. Jimmy Brady surveying. Now behind the net. Shot. Deflected off Kohler, who then clears it out. Quickly up again for Brady. 3-on-3. Has Minipoli. Behind the net. 12 seconds on the power play. Tie up in the slot and cleared out by Declan Pierce. And that'll be it for the UNH power play. Will be dumped back in. Gertz spills it. Concepcion there. And given away. Cycled in deep for Brady. Centered. Loose for a moment. Concepcion tripped up. And Fordham now will go on the power play. So with 1:36 to go, this power play will take up the remainder of regulation. And it might be Saturday morning by the time we finish this game, folks. But here we go. Fordham on the power play. Patelli to Culp. Haslam walking in. Haslam shot, squeezed and saved by Toussaint. Rotundo to take for the Rams. It was the Chargers who won and will send it back in deep. Too far ahead of Haslam. Taddeo. Haslam got a stick on it. And miscommunication along the blue line and an offsides this time against Fordham. Now it'll be face off to the left of Gertz's net in the Rams' defensive end. We'll win the draw now with Haslam to lead things and set things back up on the 5-on-4. Under a minute to play in regulation. Are we going to see a goal here in the final seconds, or are we going to need overtime? Patelli. Low behind the net. Patient. Cross ice and controlled by Haslam, who whiffs on it. Keeps it in deep. Saragian. Rotundo. 28 seconds on the clock. Haslam, whistle. It's a whistle before the shot went off. And it's going to be a penalty on Saragian. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 51 seconds. Some extra space for these two teams in the last 20 seconds. Maybe a rush here with Patelli. Gets around one, now two. Around the outside, Patelli on his backhand, centered shot, save! Culp in front, Rotundo centers, 6 seconds. Haslam's got to hurry. Around the boards. And no centering pass, and folks, we are going to overtime. 4-4 between UNH and Fordham as the clock strikes midnight. We'll have some free hockey for you. We'll try to find a winner. Just like last time, back in late September, an 8-7 game in favor of the Rams. An overtime winner there. Still pretty high scoring game this time, 4-4, but certainly not a 15-goal thriller like last time. So it will be 4-on-4 for 24 more seconds. And once Luca Minipoli leaves the box, the Chargers will have a power play of their own for about 1 minute and 10 seconds. A 5-minute overtime period. So 3-on-3 hockey right now as we get things started in overtime. Kizkat walking in. Kizkat shot deflected off a skate there. And Rosa now handles it. Sauced all the way to the end. Getting a stick on it is Madera. Gertz out of the crease. Plays it for Haslam. 4-on-3 now for the Chargers. 4-on-3 with 55 seconds to go on that penalty. Serving it is Mark Saragian. Fordham will keep it in their defensive end and now sling it all the way back down. Try to kill off a decent chunk of this penalty. Forward, Mansky. Walking in, Mansky, shot, save, spilled out into the slot, no one there. Kizkat on his backhand, center loose, Patelli scores! Carmine Patelli wins it for the Rams, puts home the rebound, and it's 2 overtime wins for Fordham over UNH this season, and they take this one 5-4. Game winner from Carmine Patelli as the Rams improve to 8-2 on the season, 23 points now. UNH falls to 5-7-1. They will host Hofstra, another New York team, tomorrow night, while Fordham goes back down to try to continue their hot streak and make it 4 in 4 games against Kutztown. That's it here for us at the Northford Ice Pavilion. Thank you again for tuning in tonight. Your score, once again, Fordham 5, UNH 4. This has been another presentation of UNH Chargers hockey on LI Sports Network.